time with you today during a what I know has been such an unprecedented week with everyone. My name is Lisa Hazen. I am the Senior Director of Marketing and Communications at Daxco, and our team has really been coming together these last few days in terms of what we can do to help you, our customers, to be able to really rapidly recover from everything that is happening in your communities, and to be able to bring you a rapid recovery toolkit and help you as much as possible in terms of what we are able to do as a company for you during this time. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Daxco's CEO, Ron Lamb, who is joining in today, and he will be moderating and walking through some special things that we have in store for you, as well as walking you through some offers along with Saranda West and Constance Miller of our team, and some tools that can really help you rapidly recover from everything that is happening in your world right now. With that, Ron, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Lisa. Rapid recovery has been our rallying cry at Daxco on behalf of all of our great customers. As we think about the world and the situation that we all find ourselves in, and we think about recovery, recovery is not if. We have resilient businesses, we have resilient members, we have a great group of people that we serve each and every day. Recovery is not if, it is really about when and how. We don't control the when. We're hopefully that in the next couple of weeks or month, we're going to be able to resume normal operations. So we're keeping our fingers crossed and we're keeping an eye to all the media and information coming our way. But the one thing we do control is how, and specifically, how well will we recover? That's really the question, and that's really the foundation of the rallying cry and why we have developed the Rapid Recovery Toolkit. Today, we're going to talk about some interesting solutions and things you can take advantage of today, as well as you prepare to have a very successful, strong, fast recovery. We've also got some really exciting special offers we will explain throughout our webinar today and at the end of the call, as Daxco is leaning in and participating in helping you have a strong and fast recovery. So with that, our Rapid Recovery Toolkit, let's dive into what the team has pulled together so far. I think it's pretty amazing. And we will see that it's in 4 main areas: manage operational processes, gather accurate insights, message members quickly, and share what works. So I'd like to turn it over to the team. And again, we're all in this together, and we're all focused on rapid recovery.
Thanks, Ron. This is Saranda West. For those of you that haven't got a chance to meet you, I'm the Director of Product for Daxco and have been working with the team. And I would just like to echo what Ron said. I'm going to do my best going through this, not to get emotional. I think it has been amazing to see everyone's response to this situation and just how you all are responding to the needs in your communities. And in turn, we have been trying to figure out how we can help you very quickly. So I want to talk through a couple of things that really go into the day-to-day with what you are dealing with right now. And we've gotten, as an invite to this webcast, you may have seen a survey. We've been taking in feedback from that survey, but then also from all the other forums, and have a few things that I want to make sure that you know are at your disposal right now to help you with everything that you have going on. So the first one is in particular around the what we do about the upcoming first of the month. So as you all know, when it comes to membership in Daxco operations, there is all the dues generated on the first. You are all looking forward to getting the due pre-count report. And for those of you that have asked, we are in the middle of building, almost finished, a script where we can actually go through and take all of those people that are set to draft on the first and actually put them on hold for the month and extend that next month for when they were drafted. So for those of you trying to figure out how you'll manage this from a staff capacity standpoint, let us help you do that. The way that you can make this happen is all you have to do is contact our customer success team through all of the normal channels, send them an email, support@daxco.com. call, chat, all of those different options. We do need a week's notice, so a week prior to April 1st in order to get this all set up, because we want to make sure that you have all of the details of how this will work before we go through this process. So if this is something that your association is currently even just contemplating and want to talk through what this looks like, just reach out to us and we can give you all of the details. The next piece, in terms of what is available for you today, actually centers around, and hopefully a lot of you have already done this, but is in terms of what are the tools at your disposal to track different, all of the activity that has happened. And one of those is termination reasons. So as you know, in DAX operations, when you go to cancel a membership, there's just that drop-down list that has all of the reasons why. This is configurable by each association. So this is your choice for what is in that list. We do have the option to add in something similar to COVID-19 or whatever you want that wording to be. But that is something that you have to contact us and let us know that you would like that option added. So again, similar message. If this is something that you need just in order to track the incoming volume of all of the different cancellations that may be coming your way, reach out to our customer success team and they can get this added for you, so you can start tracking that information. In terms of tracking information, we'll get to this. Sorry, Lisa. We'll get to this in just a minute when we're talking about the different reports. But I was talking to one YMCA yesterday, and she mentioned, it goes back to what Ron said in terms of how we come out of this. There will be lots of aid at our disposal, but one thing to keep in mind is that you're tracking the information as it's happening to you today, and it feels I know it feels a lot overwhelming to have to consider that, but that is a very important piece as we're all going through this process. Okay, next piece, Lisa, thank you. One of the other communications you may have seen from DAXCO prior is we actually had a release scheduled for this evening that was going to have changes to everything online fundraising. I hope most of you have already had a chance to look through what was included in that release. For those of you that haven't had a chance to look at it, the summary is we basically overhauled the way that the online donation as well as the donation form for staff. You guys, I mean, it is like 100 times better than it was before. It's so easy to use, seamless, and that was what our goal was to make sure there's no friction from a donor standpoint and them being able to give you money. There are also a couple other things. So for example, donors can now also log into their online account and pay down existing pledges. I know that has been a long-standing request for a long time, as well as pull their own tax statements. So a major overhaul to a lot of the areas of fundraising. However, we also know that with that big overhaul, while there are good changes, it also comes with a lot of communication to your staff, as well as communication to donors. And so we have made the decision to hold that release just to make sure we know that it's a chaotic time and you may not have the time to actually facilitate all of it. However, this is still available for us to turn on by request. So we're not going to enable it for everyone, but if your association, I know I've seen several that are already going into not like necessarily from a campaign perspective, but into donation mode, trying to figure out how you can move forward. If this is something that would be helpful, please just let us know. Again, contact our customer success team. We can enable this, whatever makes the most sense for you in terms of date, and then it will be ready for you to use as you're going into the next steps in terms of financial development. Okay, so that was, oh, I forgot one thing, but I'll just, don't you have to change the slide, Lisa. So in terms of, again, day-to-day operational analysis, I know that there are other requests and just challenges that you are facing right now, and maybe even changing every hour, every day as you're navigating them. Please continue to give us feedback on all of those things. We are actively making changes, trying to respond to them. One of the other common requests, besides putting the memberships in April on hold, is to actually be able to mass cancel childcare instances. So we are actively working on that. I don't have an exact timeline on it just yet. We're moving as quickly as we possibly can. So hang tight. We will send any further communication as soon as we have it. But I would just ask that as you are coming up with these challenges, please reach out to us. Let us know how we can help. And we will try to do our best to respond to each of the requests as we get them. The other piece in terms of, I know that was a little bit more tactical, like what you're having to change about your members today. But the other piece is we've also been, even over the past just 3 days, looking at all of the information, and we know you are as well, in terms of can you gather from the data that's in operations, or if you're sending communications to members, like monitoring all of the different insights into your business. And we have some updates to help you, hopefully help you do that as well. So the first one that I wanted to talk through, and then I'll turn it over to Constance, is actually we do still have a release that's going out to operations tonight, and it will include an update to a new report. So if you go into operations, go to the handy browse reports area, it's the facility usage comparison report. This is a brand new report. It basically has a way where you can compare facility usage year over year, and specifically not just date to date, but match the days. So this is a good way for you to see. I know for several associations, you're actually closing facilities right now. However, we know that hopefully that will soon change. So this is something that you'll be able to monitor as you see, wanted to also monitor your facility usage as your facilities open back up. So look out, there will be, the details of this new report are in the blog post on the connection, so you can go there to see all of the details, but look for it. It will be available tomorrow morning. And then I'll turn it over to Constance.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who I haven't spoken with yet, my name is Constance Miller, and I oversee our business intelligence and data for all of the offerings that we have in operations. And I wanted to take the opportunity, particularly while we're talking about insights, and Saranda did a good job talking about the importance of tracking and keeping a pulse on what is going on, especially as things are changing so quickly. One option that we have to do that, I know some of you are already familiar with, it is an offering that we have called Performance Analytics. And for those of you who that is new information to, these are some of the example visuals. It is simply your most commonly needed for your operational health key performance indicators at the touch of a button. You have desktop access. You actually also have tablet and mobile access. You can get it on the go, particularly as you're going to be potentially away from your physical locations and more remote. That is more important than ever. And there will be additional information at the end of this communication about complimentary access and potentially some special offers that we have to make this as widely available as possible, since we absolutely know that while we are going through unprecedented times, tracking the trends that we have, both your information, but very importantly, compared to what. So in this offering, if it's brand new to you, it's compared to peer benchmarks. What we've also done over the past several days is add a brand new view for any performance analytics user to also see national trends of the data that is most likely to move between now and the next several months. And we know that's important for you not able to make good decisions right now, and obviously to keep a pulse on your operations, but also monitor the uptick as we go toward recovery long term. So we already know these things are going to swing very differently than they have in the past, and that swing is going to look different in the short term and the long term. So the pieces of information that you have at your fingertips here are all of the things that you would expect to find around check-ins, joins, renewals, terminations, registrations in just the click of a button, and again, compared to national trends. One piece I do want to call out on that specifically, Lisa, if you don't mind going to the next view, is that as we make this available as widely as possible, it is the full suite of the data that you're able to see there. In addition to that, those KPIs that I mentioned are going to be rapidly in flux. And this is one example of those if you have not seen it before. We certainly know program registrations, as we are having Ys and Js operate as emergency places to get childcare or potentially food programs as schools are out. These are things that are going to be changing data-wise, and particularly in ways that they may never have had before. So we wanted to give an example of what that looks like side by side. So look out for an email with additional information about how to access this quickly. And we really want everyone to give us feedback on what we have available in here so that we can be as helpful as possible, as Saranda mentioned, as you are keeping a pulse on your operations.
Thank you, Constance. So now let's move into messaging members quickly. So also we have talked about like in terms of just dealing with the day-to-day, but then as well, like gathering all of the information and insights that you can. And then another big piece I know for, I've talked to several in marketing, is communication back out to members during this time, and frequent, constant communication so that they know what is going on and what they can expect from your organizations. So a few things that we wanted to make sure that some of you are already using them to their fullest. Some is brand new information, but just a recap overall and all of the tools that are available to you. The first one that I wanted to mention is in DAXCO Engage. We have a new template that we have added for specifically how you can actually set a couple templates of how you can communicate to members. For those of you that do not use DAXCO Engage, give you a quick overview. Engage is basically a marketing automation communication tool where you can, it integrates with DAXCO operations, pulls in all of the people, you can segment them in a lot of different ways, and then create different, what we call initiatives. So basically just like a communication plan to those different groups of people. In that tool, we have a way where we can basically provide a template being just a starting point for you. So you don't sit down at your computer and say, okay, I need to send this communication to members and have to start with a white screen. We basically give you a starting point that you can take, and these templates that we have pulled together have been basically consolidated from what we've seen other of our customers use and what we thought were pretty good best practices or maybe things to just consider. So please, for those of you that use DAXCO Engage, be sure to go and check out those templates that are available for you. It'll help you get started. We are actively monitoring all of the different email usage in Engage. I've actually seen, of course, like a huge spike of communication. So you guys are doing a good job. Keep that up. And we will continue to add in templates as we see, because we've had like, initial pieces of a communication, but we know that this is going to continue over the coming weeks. And especially as we start opening back up the facilities, that's where we really want to have all the information there and available. So if you have different even suggestions for templates, or you think you have created a fantastic email that you got a fantastic response for, please let us know so that we can share that with the rest of our customers. That would be greatly appreciated. Similar to that, another form of communication, or another way that we can share this information with you is for those of you that use Engage, we also have what we call our Engagement Insider. This is essentially our newsletter. So we have a newsletter, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's either just sent or about to be sent, where it has information about the templates I just mentioned. So this is your form of communication for how we'll communicate these new templates as they are available. So be on the lookout for this Engagement Insider. And then we also have a brand new, sorry, Mrs. I can come back to it, Lisa, on the SMS. Go to DAXCO Mobile. For another form of communication is that, again, a lot of you are utilizing already. For those of you that use DAXCO Mobile, we have the option, or for those of you that don't use our DAXCO Mobile app, that is a member app where members can see location hours, group X schedules, and one of the options is actually to receive push notifications. Those push notifications have different ways that they can subscribe. So I guess just as a reminder, so as you're considering, I can do an email, you can post a social and update your website. Don't forget about that push notification option that's in DAXCO Mobile. That is a fantastic way to get quick information to members directly to their phone. And for those of you that use Daxco Mobile, and again, kind of this maybe goes a little bit back to the day-to-day navigating different situations. We've gotten several requests from customers who their facilities are open. However, they have canceled all of the Group X classes, obviously based on getting a lot of people in a room close together. We are in the process of building an option where we can turn off those Group X schedules for you. So you could still have the app active. You can still send push notifications. You can still show the location hours, but then those Group X schedules wouldn't be listed and be confusing for members, because we know that in these changing times, you may want to very quickly just turn those back on as well. So you won't lose your schedules. We're not deleting information. We're simply just making them where they don't show up for members. So if you are interested and have that specific need, again, please contact our customer success team, and they can, so that's just an email to support@daxco.com, and they can get you set up with this new option in terms of flipping off those schedules. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so brand new option. We have developed a way from Daxco Engage. So this is for those of you that use Daxco Engage. We have developed a way for you to be able to text members. This is a new service. I feel like I should just stop and say that again. Like this is, I did say that we have a way for you to text members from Daxco Engage. This is something that we were just now rolling out, and basically have wanted to make sure that it is available for all of you, given that as is the time where, going back to what we want to message members quickly, the message is changing quickly. So this is another perfect way, besides all of the other tools that we have already talked about, a new way where you can, the service that you can use. What this will look like, this is sending text messages, basically just, if you can imagine Engage, I wish I had a screenshot, but it's essentially like you pick your group of people and then you can run them through an initiative. It is also set up to where it has all the latest compliance. So using a short code, as well as like getting the double opt-in that's required for those. Based on, and I'm so excited, this is where I make cry, based on all of the changes, this is a service that Daxco is going to offer for free for the first 2 months. So as we're navigating this difficult time, we want to make sure that we ease the burden. So if you are interested in this service, hang tight as a follow-up to the webcast. We will get you information for how you can sign up for this. And we just can't wait to, hopefully this will be just another way that you could get that critically important message out to your members. There it is. And then with this, I think, Ron, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Thanks, Saranda. Thanks, Constance. Appreciate that. And a couple other things that we're doing, folks, is Daxco Connection. We have sent out a survey about what is working, and we're trying to be one of the clearinghouses so we can share best practices and information and create and leverage our great brain of our community. So our survey we sent out, I think it was yesterday. We've already received some really interesting ideas. We had Jorge up at in Cincinnati send out a video, really well done, well-produced video, asking for his members to hang in there and make some donations and support the Y. We've also had some best practices around mobilizing to share meals and care for the elderly in our communities. And again, leveraging our strong systems to be the fabric of the community that helps us get through this tough time. We also have some best practices being kind of kicked around putting memberships on hold, having people do donations, things of that nature. So please make sure that you've got Daxco Connection dialed in and are checking that message board on a regular basis. Next slide. All right, so our recovery toolkit, we talked a little bit about this, and Constance and Saranda shared our passion to help you recover faster and stronger with the help of technology. And so a couple of things coming your way. We talked a little bit about Engage, which is the world-class CRM tool from Daxco. And many of you are going, well, Ron, we don't have Engage. Yep, that's probably true. About half of our customers have Engage. So Daxco is leaning in, and we're providing a special offer that if you would like to add the Daxco Engage CRM tool, you can add it, and the first 2 months are on Daxco. Yes, you heard me right. The first 2 months, Daxco is going to pay for you to have CRM, because we believe that if you don't have a robust CRM tool, you're going to be at a disadvantage for communicating to your customers and recovering. In addition to that, you heard us talk about SMS texting. I noticed a couple of people had cheered when we talked about SMS texting. Today, that is a tool that's part of the CRM communications package, and it's another example of Daxco leaning in. If you'd like to sign up for SMS texting, we will be providing for the first 2 months up to 10,000 SMS texts for free. We're going to pay for you to be able to communicate to your members and your community. Yes, you heard me right. You sign up for SMS texting, the first 2 months are free, so we can help you recover stronger and faster. Same thing around performance analytics. I can't imagine how difficult it is to navigate this situation, and as we work through recovery without having data on your mobile phone. Performance analytics was specifically designed for C-suite executives, as well as directors and people who are running our community centers, YMCAs, YWCAs, JCCs, and we know it's going to be crazy when the recovery kicks in. You're going to be very busy. And as Constance has said, we've spun up the national statistics, so you're going to be able to compare your recovery with the national data right on your mobile phone. And that's with performance analytics. And again, the first 2 months as we work through this recovery are free and on Daxco. We are working with our partner, Conversica, which is an artificial intelligence organization. They have developed a technology where we can use artificial intelligence communication bots to email and communicate with your customer base a win-back campaign. So when we're ready to turn that on, we will be communicating with everybody who you've lost, not just in this situation, but we can look at the last year or 2 years, and we can create a welcome back campaign. Come back to us, join us, become a part of this organization and this again. So that's something that we're working with our partner on. We don't have all the details figured out yet, but we got a team working on that. You also saw we talked about data cleansing. I think we did. I don't know. Things are going so fast, maybe we didn't. But what data cleansing is we have partnered with IHS Polk, which is one of the world's leading data scientists and data aggregators. And we can now take your database and we can scrub it against the national change of address and get all of your addresses updated. And now that's a service as well. If you sign up for that, the first 2 months, we have our partners at Polk and IHS and Daxco. We're all participating, and your first 2 months are going to be free. These are SugarWatt is another workout tool that can push workouts to all of our members via their mobile phone so they can work out at home. And we've partnered with NC Fit, which is Northern California Fitness, and they are developing at-home workouts that can be pushed through the SugarWatt tool. Now, due to some complexities of SugarWatt, the trial is only a 30-day free trial, but again, we're leaning in, trying to create value for you to recover faster and stronger. Leverage technology, leverage the tools that we have at our disposal of CRM tools, texting tools, mobile tools. Leverage those things so that we can recover faster and we can recover stronger. And that's what we're all about with the Rapid Recovery Toolkit from Daxco. I'll turn it back over to Lisa, as I believe we have a number of questions that have come in through our Q&A portal, and we will do our best to answer those questions. Lisa, take it away.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Ron, Saranda, and Constance for walking us through this Rapid Recovery Toolkit and everything that we have to share with our customers during this time, as well as the recovery starts back. Several of you have already submitted questions in the Q&A panel. I wanted to go ahead and read some of those responses to folks. One of those is, as you can see with all of our videos, all DAXCO team members are currently working from home right now. So we had a few folks that were asking of, during this time, is there a different channel that we should be using to contact support? No, the best way to contact customer support is still the same way that you're used to talking with them. support@daxco.com and any of the other channels that you regularly rely on. So we are here, we're standing by and ready to help you. Let's see, we had a few additional questions come in. Ron, I'm going to read one of those to you to answer. One of them was surrounding our Accelerate customer event that we had planned in May. What is the update there in terms of our ability to move forward with that in-person conference?
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. We have come to the tough decision that we are going to not be holding the Accelerate live in person in May in Atlanta as we had planned. And so in the abundance of caution and the lack of predictability here in the future and our planning horizon, we've had to go ahead and cancel that event. Anybody who has paid any fees associated with registration will be refunded in full. And we're really keeping our fingers crossed that the hotel and all the folks that we signed up with will have a similar spirit. Time will tell. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to lean in and we're going to be conducting the sessions we plan to do live in person. We're going to be doing them webinar style like we're doing here today. So our intent is over the same horizon, we're going to deliver the same robust content and best practices so you can help make your J's and Y's stronger than ever.
Awesome, thank you, Ron. And you'll be getting more information about those virtual sessions coming soon. Few other questions that have come in that I think would be beneficial for the group to hear. Is there a way to apply holds in mass versus a one-by-one approach? Yes. We will be able to place all memberships for an association on hold for the month of April. So if this is something that you currently find needed at your association with your membership, please just contact support@daxco.com and they will be happy to take care of this request for you. Let's see. I'm looking through some other questions to see. We had one question surrounding the complimentary SMS service that Saranda mentioned. Is that something that is only available for those that have engaged? And as you heard of what Ron offered in our Rapid Recovery Toolkit is even if you are a DAXCO Operations customer without Engage, we are offering Engage during this time for you to have access to Engage, and then you would also have access to the up to 10,000 texts per month through SMS. So we definitely want to make sure that this is something that you have access to. Let's see. We had one question surrounding the bulk mass hold for the month of April. Does that affect members that are already on hold for other reasons? So the script that we're running there, those memberships that are currently on hold, the script will not affect them. If a hold is scheduled for the future, the script will change their hold to ensure that they do not draft. I'm looking through some of the other questions that we have that are coming in. We've had a few people ask of how they will be able to get access to the Rapid Recovery Toolkit that Ron mentioned. Rest assured, we will be providing an email follow-up to you with all of the resources that we mentioned, as well as a way for you to get started on this complimentary free access during this time. So that will include the ways for you to get started on everything that Ron covered surrounding SMS, performance analytics, Engage, our artificial intelligence solution, and more. We will have all of that information following up with you after the webinar, as well as a recording, because we know with everything that's happening right now, not everybody was able to join live, and we wanted to make sure that we're able to share that with others. So you can expect an email communication from us within the next 24 hours with how you can get started on all of these. One question that came up is there anything that is currently being planned? And Saranda, I think you touched on this, but is there anything currently being planned surrounding mass cancel of childcare?
We are. I don't have the details to share with you just yet, but that is something that we are currently working on. So as soon as we get those details, we will share it. We know that a lot of you are dealing with need to cancel instances and do so quickly and all at one time. So hang tight on that one. As soon as we get the details, we'll send out an email or communication notifying you.
Hey, Lisa, I just got a text from somebody wanting to add texting to their Engage. I'm embarrassed to admit to all of you, I don't exactly know how to fill out a contract for SMS texting. May or may not come as a surprise. For those of you who know me, that's really not my forte. Lisa, do we have some way that everybody can, who's interested in taking advantage of any of these free offers, that they would be able to communicate to us so we can quickly respond?
Yes, certainly. We will have an email follow-up communication for you where you can simply go through and select which of these free offers that you would like to take advantage of for this limited time as we're getting recovery back and going. And so we'll walk you through what the next steps are of what you're interested in and how we can get that up and running for you quickly so that you'll have the tools that you need. We have several other questions that have come in. One additional one is, can we repeat for the group what are the details surrounding the hold for membership?
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you that are in a situation where you know that April 1st is coming up, so that's when all of the memberships are drafted or membership dues are generated, and then depending on your draft date, potentially drafted. If that, and you need a situation where you do not want to charge members for the month of April based on closures or other situations, then you can contact our support team, and we will, essentially what we're doing is behind the scenes updating the information so that everyone will go on hold for the month of April and then just pick back up generating dues in May. So if you're interested, if that is a situation or a need that you have, again, contact customer success and they can get you the details. We do need to know a week ahead of April 1st would be fantastic, so we can plan the communication for you and then also just the work on our side, but try to give us a week's notice and we can get that updated so that members don't all draft on April 1st.
Perfect. We had a few additional questions surrounding anything to be able to mass cancel or credit program registrations. So I know that you covered childcare, Saranda. Is there anything that you can share surrounding that?
I do not. Childcare is something that we're actively working on. We have not yet started to work on anything around mass refunding programs. That is something that we're talking about. So that is on our radar, but I don't have details to share just yet.
Perfect, and we will make sure to follow up with everyone. As Ron mentioned, this is something that we're working on and meeting together daily as a team of what we are able to continue to provide and release to you as our customers to be able to help you during this time. So expect lots of communication from us moving forward. Okay, well, that is where we are right now in terms of everything that we have to be able to help you during this time, both have access to the information and the insights that you need, being able to message your members quickly, as well as giving you complimentary access to tools that we believe will be able to help you during this time, as well as when we're back on the road to recovery. You can expect a lot more communication from us as a company in terms of the ways that you can learn more about these different tools and offerings where we can dig in with you deeper. You can expect a series of webinars coming from us so that you'll be able to understand what are the different tools, if they make sense for your association, and if you'd like to take advantage of them during this time of complimentary access. If you had a question that we weren't able to get to live on the webinar, we will make sure to follow up with you directly. So you can expect to hear from a member of our team quickly so that you can have all of the information that you need. And with that, Ron, do you have any closing thoughts for our group as we sign off here?
Yeah, thanks, Lisa and Saranda and Constance. Really, really proud of you and the whole teams who've worked feverishly the last few days and through the weekend to pull together the Rapid Recovery Toolkit. There will be more information coming. We realize we've thrown a lot at you, but there's a lot going on right now. So each one of these solutions are going to be thoroughly built out in webinar style to educate you about what is possible. And we'd encourage you to take advantage of all of them and get ready for a rapid and strong recovery. Thank you. God bless. Be well, and let's recover strong.